Here's the thing. All of us need Nathans in our lives. All of us need Nathans in our lives. And none of us like Nathans in our lives, right? Somebody wants to tell you something about you. What do? You get kind of bowed up. As soon as they say it, you say, yeah, but what about when you did da-da-da-da-da, right? Remove the speck, remove the plank before you try to remove the speck. And we just come back when we ought to be able to just sit back and go, okay, I don't agree, but tell me more. Or I do agree, tell me more. And work through this a little bit. If it's the right person, the right timing, and the right message, we should be humble enough, mature enough to receive it. And our first response is, no, I don't want to receive it. But we got to get past that to really grow in our faith and our beliefs. You may be never wrong, but never in doubt type of thing. That's not going to be a good way to be. None of us are perfect. None of us have it all right. Andy Stanley says it like this: the easiest person to deceive is the one in the mirror. The easiest person to deceive is the one in the mirror. It tells us in the scriptures to examine ourselves. Psalm 4:4, be angry, yet do not sin. Reflect in your heart while you are on your bed. Psalm 139, verse 23 and 24, search me, O God, know my heart, test me and see and know my concern. See if there's any offensive way in me and lead me in the path everlasting. 1 Corinthians 11, we'll get to when we get to the Lord's Supper. It says to examine your heart before you take the Lord's Supper. So we've got to examine our hearts and receive the Nathans that are there. Remember when Kelly and I first got married, when you first get married, you young marrieds just know this, you fight over things that you're not going to fight about later, right? They're just kind of dumb things. Did you leave the cap off the toothpaste? Which way does the toilet paper roll go? It does not matter. But you end up in these fights type of thing. And Kelly and I ended up in a little bit of a tiff when we first got married. And so I was meeting with a guy who was an accountability partner. And we would meet for breakfast once a week. So I got to breakfast. He said, well, how's it going in your marriage? He was older than me, been married longer than me. And so he was kind of wise counsel. I said, well, let me tell you what just happened. Because the two become one, and you spend your marriage at the beginning fighting over which one you became, right? She thinks we became her. I think we became me. But the two became one. Which one did we become? We became a better and different one altogether, is what you find out later on. But we get there, and I'm sitting with my accountability partner. I said, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. And then she did this, and then I did this. And then she did this, and then I did this. And then, bam, 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 bam. And he looked at me and he goes, you're 80% wrong. And I was like, let me tell you the story one more time, because I did this. She listened to Ozzy Osbourne when I was praising, God. No, I'm just kidding. It was like crazy different stuff. That's an 80s joke for those of y'all later on, but to be able to have. And I had it where it was this, that, and the other. And so to be able to come back, and so he listened again and he went, you're right. You're not 80% wrong. You're 90% wrong. And I said, I will take 51%, but I will not take 90%. And you know what? He was 100% right. 100% right. And I needed a Nathan in my life to say it. And so now that we've been married almost 25 years, 24 years this year, here's what we say. We don't have the time or the energy to fight about that. We don't have the time and the energy to fight about it. It doesn't matter, right? There's some things you can fight about that maybe do matter, but most of the stuff doesn't even matter. And you know what? That big fight, and I'm telling you this illustration that I was 80% wrong. You know what? I don't even know what we were fighting about anymore. I can't even remember what the fight was about. But I needed a Nathan in that moment as a young married man to have him say, you're wrong and you need to go home and apologize. And I did. And it was a blessing. And she forgave me and it was fine. Do you see? Hey, thanks for watching. To find out more about Houston's First, you can subscribe to our channel or you can go to houstonsfirst.org.